Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're back with a video on my gaming PC that I ordered off of eBay. Today we're actually going to be going ahead and upgrading it. So what I've done is I've actually gone back on eBay and I've ordered a motherboard combo, which includes a motherboard, a CPU and some RAM. So we're basically going to be swapping out the boards in this system and seeing what kind of performance increase we get with these upgrades. So the upgrades came to a total of £94, which is quite good. I did scour eBay to try and find the best deal. I was just going to do a CPU upgrade on this computer, and that was going to be my video last week. However, I went ahead and I ordered the wrong one. Yeah, easy mistake to make. I thought the sockets, because they were the same, it would take it. But because it's a Lenovo proprietary motherboard, it didn't take it and it just didn't turn on altogether. So I figured since the Lenovo motherboard is pretty limiting, I was going to go ahead and upgrade that anyway. If you're new around here, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're new. This series is definitely costing my bank balance a lot, so a sub and a like would be much appreciated. Anyway, I'm going to switch over to my camera and let's get this board installed. Alright guys, so I've just got the PC on my desk on its side here, and we're going to be doing a few upgrades to this computer today. So if we just go over here, this is what we're going to be putting in there. We're going to be doing a motherboard upgrade as well as a CPU and a RAM upgrade. So yeah, I've bought this kind of whole bundle thing here. So we've got an i5 4th gen, 8 gigs of RAM and a proper motherboard, not a Lenovo one. So first of all, we need to disconnect everything here. So let's disconnect all our cables. So first of all, let's just disconnect the cables. Like that. And yeah, we've got all of the stuff up here. I think this is the CPU fan. We've got the CPU power here, which is a 4-pin. I did make sure to buy the right one for the motherboard that we've got. And then we've got the front panel here, which isn't really being put to much use. We do have USB 3 on this case, but this motherboard doesn't support it. It doesn't have a USB 3 header. So yeah, it's a pretty outdated bit of kit really, this motherboard. So yeah, we're going to be upgrading it to something a little bit better, something that we should have really got for how much we paid for this computer. Let's just disconnect the main motherboard power here, and then we've just got all of these screws to undo. Forgot to disconnect these cables down here. There we go. And the motherboard should just lift out now. Okay, let's just get this I/O shield out. I forgot to disconnect my USB Wi-Fi. Oh no. And then yeah, just lift the motherboard out. There we go. Here is our Lenovo motherboard, safely removed from this case. That looks a lot better now that that's not in there. So yeah, the motherboard should just fit in there like that. We've got so much empty space here. But yeah, this is a lot more powerful, a lot better than that Lenovo motherboard. And hopefully this should improve things a lot better. Actually, before we do that, let's put the I/O shield in. Right, okay, I think that's safely in there. Now let's install our motherboard. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to get some screws in here to line that up. But yeah, it's looking pretty nice out the back. And there we go, that's all screwed in. Only took 4 screws, so we've got another 2 here left over. So yeah, let's get it all connected up. So I don't know why, but it's come with one of these things. Let's connect up our SSD here and our DVD drive, which we don't really need. Next up, we need to give the CPU some power. So we've got 4-pin here. That just goes up here. There we go. There's our 4-pin CPU power. And then it's just all this front panel stuff, which I kind of need to work out what goes where. Alright, so quick update. I've been doing a bit of cable management because if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. I'm just trying to work out these connectors here for the power button and work out where they go on this connector. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then hopefully next time you see me, it will be for the big power on. Alright guys, so I've just spent some time doing some cable management, plugging in all my front panel connectors here. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Let's just go ahead and press the power button. Hey, there we go. We've got our LED fans here all going. CPU's fans going good. So yeah, let's get this all plugged into my monitors and check out what we've got. Alright, so here we are on the PC here. Now first things first, let's go ahead and check the specs of our PC. See our lovely upgrades. Here we go, we've got Intel Core i5-4460 at 3.2 gigahertz. 8 gig of RAM, which isn't much of an upgrade because I actually had 8 gigabytes before. But honestly, in 2022, I think 8 gigabytes should be the minimum. So we've stuck with 8 gigabytes here. And yeah, we don't have a graphics card or anything like that in here. So yeah, let's see if the CPU and the motherboard have made a difference. Now we have gone from Intel HD Graphics 2000 to Intel HD Graphics 4400, I believe. So yeah, that might make a bit of a difference. We might get some more FPS in Minecraft. But yeah, I'll be interested to see. So let's go ahead and just open up a vanilla Minecraft installation first of all. And then we'll try Luna or any of the clients that I've got here. All right, here we go. This is really exciting. I've got vanilla 1.8.9, no Optifine or anything like that. Let's go ahead, hop into our single player worlds here. And let's see how much FPS we get. Boom. Oh, we're at 90, 72, 100, 95, 100. Wow. Okay, so if I show you my settings here, unlimited, we've still got smooth lighting off and our render distance is on 4. Yeah, I mean, we're getting pretty decent FPS. So as you can see here, we're on Intel HD Graphics 46,000. So yeah, pretty big upgrade from the Intel HD Graphics 2000 that we had before. And yeah, our FPS is definitely reflecting that. Wow. Vanilla Minecraft with these settings, yeah, we're getting about 100. So yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with that. Let's go ahead and now try Optifine. All right, so we're on Optifine now. So if we go into my video settings here, as you can see, they're a lot more detailed. So these are the settings that we're rocking with. Full render distance, smooth lighting off, graphics fast, and we're in windowed mode. So let's check out our FPS now. Okay, so we're still in the hundreds. And let's just kind of fly around here. Yeah, we're getting about 115, 120. So yeah, a bit of a difference there, which is quite good. The FPS definitely feels a lot more stable. Like before with my Intel HD Graphics 2000, like 1 minute I'll be at 40, then I'll be at 30, and then I'll be at 100, or then I'll be at 90, or like it was very kind of fluctuating. Whereas this feels a lot smoother. Like we're basically 100 and we're not getting any less. Like we're just staying at a solid 100 FPS here on our settings. Which is really good actually. Now I'm going to go ahead and test out my client on this and see if that makes a big difference. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reset the video settings to default and see what kind of FPS we get then. Alright, so we're on my client here, Notro Client V3. If you want to go ahead and download this, I'll leave the link to it in the description down below. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to my single player world again and check out our FPS here. A lot of people have been telling me to turn off chroma in my mods, so I'm going to go ahead and do that just to make things fair. And yeah, we're getting, again, about 100. Kind of similar to Optifine's performance, although we're getting a little bit under now. Okay, now we're getting about 130, which makes no sense whatsoever, because look at all these hills here that we're having to load in compared to, you know, just like a flat forest down here. I don't know, maybe it just needed a little bit to get going. Yeah, now we're getting 100. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed with that. So yeah, I've just reset the video settings. So we're on fancy graphics, as you can see by the trees here. We've got smooth lighting on. Everything's all on default, including my FOV. So yeah, we're getting about 80 FPS, which is actually quite a difference. I don't even know how many FPS we were getting before on my old system, but that was just... I remember it just being pretty unplayable. Like we were getting about 10 FPS. But I'm actually able to fly around. We're getting just over 60, you know, we're getting about 70, 80, which is totally playable, honestly. And the game looks really nice as well. We don't have to sacrifice on how our game looks. And yeah, now let's go for the ultimate test, which is the Hypixel lobby. Now, if you guys don't know, in my last videos, I've been doing this as a test, and the Hypixel lobby is just crazy. Like there's particles flying around everywhere. There's massive builds. There's loads of players. And yeah, my computer before all these upgrades really struggled. Like we're talking about 10 FPS. It was really choppy. So I'm going to be really interested to see what the Hypixel lobby's like now. Let's have a look here. We're on the duels lobby. And bear in mind, we're on like pretty medium settings here. Like we haven't turned anything down as much. And we're on 50 FPS. Oh, this doesn't feel real. Like playing on this computer and getting this FPS. Wow. If you guys remember before, like I counted 30 as playable and good with my old system. But yeah, this is really good. So yeah, we're getting about 60 FPS and we've got smooth lighting and fancy graphics on. Like this is insane. Wow, this was so worth it. This is probably the best £90 I think I've ever spent. If my computer had came with this motherboard and CPU originally, then I don't think I'd have any complaints. But just the fact that I've had to go and do this myself to get an actual playable game, I don't know. We've basically just paid 250 for a case and a power supply if you think about it. Alright, so the final test I'm going to do is on Luna Client, which we found is probably the best client for FPS on a low-end system. So if I'm just flying around in my single player worlds here, these are the settings I'm currently on. I'm on Luna Client in windowed mode. And yeah, we're getting about 100 FPS. For some reason the chunks aren't loading in, which is pretty mad. So yeah, this is a really good upgrade. I'm going to go and play some duels now on Hypixel. And we'll have a little talk about this. Oh, we're getting 200. We just got 200 there. Wow, that is good. Now what you guys have got to remember is that I am actually using the optimizations that I've been doing in my previous video. Like this is the complete exact same computer, just with the upgrades that I've done in this video. So yeah, if you guys have got similar specs to me and you're not getting the FPS I'm getting in this video, then it might be a good idea to go and have a look at my previous videos and see how you can improve your FPS to get it as good as mine. But yeah, there's so much more I can still do on this system. Like I want to try and go for 1000 FPS on this computer. If we can do that, then we've officially completed the game. Duels isn't a hard thing to run because the maps are fairly small and mainly flat, so FPS is pretty good. Yeah, mine is as well. Look at this, we're getting just over 200. Yeah, it's really good. If we can get 1000 FPS on integrated graphics, I'd be pretty surprised if we can actually pull that off. This is really laggy. There's no point even using a rod. I'm just gonna have to just strafe this guy and use my lag. There we go, GG. I could throw a graphics card in this thing and try and get it to 1000, but we're going to try and do it with integrated because I know a lot of you guys out there have laptops that probably have similar specs to what I'm using right now. And yeah, just follow my guides and you should be able to get this kind of FPS. So when I first set out the idea to do videos on a low-end PC, I did just want to get a 4th gen i5 or i3 or even just a 3rd gen, like at lowest. And that was basically the idea behind it all. But obviously, as you saw my video, I didn't get that. I got pretty ripped off. And as a result, it was not very fun. So all in on this computer, I've spent 250 on getting the main system, 90 on upgrades. So we're in about 340 right now. So let me know in the comments below if you think that that is a good deal. 340 for this spec and the FPS that I'm getting. So what's next for this computer, I hear you ask? Well, I was originally just going to use this as a streaming PC. No matter how badly I got ripped off, I was going to upgrade it anyway and get a streaming PC going because I've always wanted 2 PCs and it's really easy because I'm playing on this computer right now. No recording software or whatever. I'm just using my main PC and streaming it to that through my capture card. So I've always wanted a PC like that. If I was to install Linux on a computer, I could go through and record the screens. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. The bottom line is, upgrade your computer if you want to get good FPS. Let's just get this guy. What's he doing? Trying to rod spam me. GG. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to go to the hub, which I used to get like 30 FPS at best. Now we're getting a good 130. Wow. What an upgrade, hey? But yeah, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Let me know what other upgrades you want to see on this computer, if any. And yeah, shout out to Yusei for the cape and the bandana. Really like that. Yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.